So on another episode of what supposedly won't grow here through our summers in Phoenix, Arizona, is one of my favorites. This is called Jamun, J-A-M as in Mary, U-N as in Nancy. Popular fruit tree from Southeast Asia, India. Kind of reminds me of a ficus, but with fruit. So this is a fast-growing, full sun meaning all-day sun, needs no shade protection, fruit tree. Also cold hardy here in the Phoenix area. They can get beat up a little bit if we have severe cold, meaning low mid-20s, but other than that, they're fine. It is also a fast grower, so this would be appropriate to place on the west side of your property if you're looking to create fast-growing microclimates for other trees down the road. Jamun can be grown as a single trunk or multi-trunk, which personally I prefer the looks of a bit more. Jamun generally fruits in September, and once the tree is mature, you will have thousands of fruit every year. Many medicinal uses for the fruit, also high resale value in that it's not a fruit that you can find in the grocery store. Jamun in the Phoenix area will top out in the 25-ish foot neighborhood. There are reports, and I do have some customers growing these down in the Tucson area in microclimates where it stays a little bit warmer because they do get a bit colder than us down there. So they do handle the Tucson weather for the most part. Jamun is just a gorgeous tree in general, even if you don't eat the fruit. It's a pretty tree. And it's one of the few subtropical, tropical fruit trees that don't need any protection here in our summers and winters. One thing to keep in mind with these is when they start to flower, which is generally around June-ish, you want to make sure to kick up the water frequency, which you should be doing anyway for the heat. But if you're not watering enough, the fruit will not form, the flower will not turn to fruit, so make sure that you are increasing the frequency. These trees take 5-6-ish years of age to be able to start producing fruit. Age meaning years of age of the tree, not from the day that it was planted. If your tree is older than that and it is not producing fruit, it's because you're not watering enough in the summertime, period. I do use sulfur on this tree as it is a non-native. It wants a pH in the 6.5 neighborhood, so I use sulfur 3 times a year, granular sulfur called Tiger 90. I also make sure to apply fresh compost a couple times a year. There's always a nice thick layer of mulch around the tree. I use a 19612 slow release fertilizer 3 times a year, and I do fish emulsion seaweed as often as possible, and that's generally every 2 to 3 months-ish. If you have any questions, please ask below or in our Facebook group, which is called Living the Green Life. Our Instagram page is Seamus_O'Leary_.